Hey, friends, and welcome to Mortisect. Today, we have a little bit of a different type of episode. Usually, we're interviewing people or we're doing film analysis, but today, we're throwing a little bit of a curveball to the audience. We're going to be reviewing new horror film trailers. And the cool thing about it is that I asked AI to do it and to pick films for us, so we really don't know what we're going to be watching. As always, with me is my co-host Tatiana Szpur
Hello.
and our very special guest Bob Clark. He's not only a talented animator, but he is also the creator of Autistic Mode, a full-length feature film. Bob, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's going to be showing at the Access Film Festival in Framingham, Massachusetts, November 8th and 7th. One day before the other, I think.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah, we've got a bunch of different genres. I did a science fiction detective story sort of thing. And if anybody is out there in Massachusetts during those days, stop by.
And also, we did an interview a couple of months ago on Mortisect, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. So our first trailer, it's called Shelby Oaks. Now, I know absolutely nothing about this film. It's going to be out in theaters October 24th. Have any of you heard of this film or seen the trailer by any chance?
No, all I know is that this is by the same guy that has done a lot of internet reviews on YouTube of movies and stuff, and I know of him primarily through Rick Worley's work, where he's often cited as, for his Star Wars stuff, not necessarily in a positive light, but interested to see what he's done in the horror vein.
Very cool. Tatiana?
I did see Mike Flanagan on the screen, who rings a bell.
He's done a lot of Stephen King stuff, right?
Did he do The Haunting of Hill House? Is that what I'm thinking?
You know what? Because we had the episode with Stephen King.
Because I remember liking his stuff.
I know his name sounds familiar too, but Flanagan, it's like one of those names that I always feel like there was a baseball player with that last name, so it did seem familiar to me.
I'm going to Google it right now, but I'm pretty sure that he's done like some Stephen King stuff, and that's where he like comes up. But he is like a recognized name, and I remember people talking about him giving credibility to a production like this.
Well, very cool. While you're Googling, I'm going to play.
Do you need help?
She finally let me go.
And we could also pause it if there's anything that you'd like me to pause and we can discuss.
Oh, I didn't know if we were recording live during this.
Yeah, we are.
Welcome back to the Paranormal Paranoids. Today we're taking our first foray into the abandoned town of Shelby Oaks.
I've been searching for Riley for the last 12 years. I know my sister's not dead.
Mike Flanagan.
Bodies were found outside of Shelby Oaks. Riley Brennan is still missing.
The last night I saw her, she said she saw a man standing in her window, staring at her.
And it will get under your skin.
You live alone out here? Nope. Where is my sister?
So what do you think about that trailer?
I'll admit my main thought is I'm not sure if that one kind of awkward gunshot to the head at the start is worth the red band.
I agree.
You know?
The red band? What do you mean?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that like it said like red band trailer, and if you're showing somebody shooting themselves in the head right in your first couple of shots, that's an automatic, red band only on rated R movies. Then the rest of it is all very just kind of like spooky atmosphere and nothing else. And the whole time I'm thinking, is this going to be an extreme movie? Is this going to be a movie where we're going to get like arms being chopped off and things like that, or is this mostly going to be atmosphere? So I'm not sure if putting somebody shooting themselves in the head right in the first minute of that trailer, it's like giving away your money shot before the rest of it.
Do you prefer grotesque horror, or you like the atmosphere horror?
It's not so much which one I prefer. It's so much I'm not sure having that right at the beginning of your trailer is selling the right thing, because I don't really have a tonal read on what this movie is supposed to be. I know that it's like looking for somebody. The biggest impression that was made on me is there's a mini DV tape.
Yes, and I agree. I always feel like when they show something like that in the beginning, that's really the only gore you're going to see. I really feel it is atmospheric because the coloring reminded me of The Ring. And
I loved it. I thought it looked cool, this movie, but I'm all about the atmosphere, so you know that.
Well, I mean, like, atmosphere can be great. Like, atmosphere, if you're doing something like the old Polanski movies and everything, there can be a lot of really beautiful stuff there. But if you're opening with suicide, then that seems like a little bit too attention-grabbing.
Yeah, it definitely shocks the audience, and especially the slow motion, and it's such a violent way for one to end oneself. What I do like, though, is that scene I could do without, but I like, as similar to Tatiana, I do like atmosphere. I like that whatever lens they're using, it's like a greenish color. And I know you're a big fan of The Ring, so
yeah, I am.
That's why I was like, oh, Tatiana really likes this one.
Yeah, and I love mysteries.
Yeah.
Like, I used to read a lot of Nancy Drew when I was little. So, like, the idea of, like, someone missing and what happened to them, and it's, like, a creepy town. Like, I liked all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot that seems interesting, and it definitely, like, it's just that I'm, like I said, the like griminess of it combined with the like very, very controlled camera moves and everything. I'm not sure if this is going for Eli Roth or David Fincher kind of style.
Yeah.
It's not entirely sure of what it wants to be. I don't know, just judging from that.
And one of the things that I did notice is that it looked like, I guess, her sister, who she's looking for, it looked as if she was doing like a YouTube show, although with those mini tapes, obviously it wouldn't be, but she was doing some sort of paranormal show or maybe a documentary. So it looked like found footage, which, we personally love that because it allows for a lot of creativity. But you're right. It feels like it's stuck in one format, and then it doesn't know what it's going to be.
I feel like that would have been the much better lead in for the trailer, to have the tape, watching, and all you have to have is just have her face like a little spattered with blood at the start, and just, I don't need to know how that got there or something. That's for the movie to decide, And it could be like a YouTube sort of thing, because I think some people still record on like mini DV in some cases. They just look for that quality or something.
Yeah, it's hard to replicate it, even though they have all these different digital lenses. The actual mini tape is still gritty. Like one of the guys that we interviewed, Nathan Timoshuk, who is in Frogman, great found footage film. His director used a real high 8 camera and used mini tapes and phones, whatever he could get his hands on, and it proved a point. You don't need the fanciest camera to really build atmosphere and to have that horror feel to it. So, everyone, check out Shelby Oaks. Tell us what you think.
Check out the trailer.
Yeah, check
That's
out
all
the
we can
trailer
offer right now.
Yeah.
as I spray.
Or is it because it already came out or something? October 3rd?
Well, it said the 24th.
We're not
announcing-
clear.
It's like 24th, now it's the
messages.
3rd. I have no idea.
Yeah, there's mixed messages this whole thing.
Anything else, Tatiana, about that film that struck you before we move on?
I guess I'll see you in the theater October 24th, or I saw you October 3rd. I don't know which, but
Yeah.
Well, unless we could go back in time. So hopefully it's the 24th. But check it out. Tell us, leave a comment down below. So the next one is Beast of War. I'm just gonna... all right.
Pretty soon, you boys will be sailing into war. And in that place, there's only you and your mates.
We can't be the only ones left. Nearly 200 men gone on that bloody ship.
Every hour we drift further away from where they'll be looking.
What the hell was that? Never seen a shark like that before. There's dozens of dead bodies out there for it to munch on. He's gonna die. Shut up, this.
On the battlefield, there's only you and your mates. All you've got are your mates.
She'll be back.
Okay, Beast of War. Who wants to start off on this one?
Okay, two main thoughts. One, I was a little distracted by the fact that it said, well, what is it, like, Welgo USA Films, and then it's all Australian.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's a little bit jarring.
The second thing is I don't want to like be pithy about it too soon because I don't know which historical events this is based on. But there's a part of me that thinks to myself, when they say based on historical events, was this like some Australian film nerd who wanted to make a movie about the Indianapolis speech from Jaws and decided, decided, well, I can make the money to do it in Australia, so it's going to happen to Australians now.
I thought the same exact thing. So if you're a fan of Jaws, 1975, one of the best, it's considered a horror film. It crosses many genres, but it really is a horror film.
Yeah.
And one of the things is that speech that the actor's name is
Robert Shaw.
Robert Shaw, when he's like, all those men, and then you see less men, and then he gives a great speech. So check it out on YouTube. It's definitely worth checking out.
It seemed like there was a moment in there that they were recreating exactly where like the person is about to bob up and half of him is bitten away.
Because he does mention that in the speech too, about body parts and everything. So, but I actually felt that speech really is stronger than the imagery. Because when you hear him and you hear it from somebody who lived it, you don't necessarily need all of that. But with that being said,
I think it's also written by John Milius, that speech, wasn't it? Or Robert Shaw was also a playwright himself, so he probably had something to do with that as well. But like, and the thing is, like, I'm pretty sure that story is based on historical anecdotes. So if you wanted to make a movie about the Indianapolis and sharks attacking guys in the water in World War II, even if you wanted to do it outside of the Indianapolis and you didn't want to invoke like the bomb and everything else that's attached to, that's fine. But yeah, you show that to a bunch of people who've seen a lot of movies, the main thing they're going to think is, oh yeah, this is basically like a spinoff from Jaws now.
Yeah, it's based on the monologue from Robert Shaw.
Yeah.
So Tatiana, what do you think? Now, I don't know if you ever saw Jaws or you were thinking that, but watching this, is this a movie that you would actually check out?
No, I wasn't that excited about this one.
Fair enough.
Just wasn't for me. I think I saw Jaws a while back. I wasn't really thinking of Jaws when you know what I was thinking of? Wasn't there like a British World War I movie?
Oh, the one, yes.
The one by Sam Mendes, yeah.
What is it called?
Like 1912, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
That's a good comparison.
The big famous Warner movie. Like, it's all done in one take.
That movie was all done in one take?
I didn't know that.
I thought that was one of the things that was famous about it. That like it was all either it was all done in one take or done in like very long takes.
See, I know like in Birdman, that film, that was what it was known for. But that makes sense too. I mean, that's extremely hard to do with especially a major motion picture to do it in one take.
I mean, granted, I think in the case of like Birdman and a bunch of other instances of long takes, when they say it's a long take, it's usually faked in some way.
Yeah, it's not literally that you're filming just throughout a day. No, I mean, obviously you take breaks and whatnot, but the scenes are more extended. So I think it's more of a dramatic way to say, oh, one take. It's more of a marketing point.
Yeah, like Russian Ark, I think, did it for real. Adolescence, that show that was on Netflix, or I think it was Netflix. I think each episode is done in one take, and they even showed how they did like big camera moves with like drones and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that was the big gimmick with 1912 that everybody remembers, especially amidst a lot of other World War I movies, oddly, at that time.
Well, I have to say the shark, I think, was pretty impressive. That looked pretty cool. I feel like, though, the shark probably comes later on in the film, and we don't see it as much, so it's probably more of a war film that's kind of just wrapped around the subplot of a shark.
This trailer?
Yeah, this.
Oh, I don't
So
even
you
remember
think
that just shows you how memorable this film is.
Are you saying that this is going to turn into like that Liam Neeson movie where it was all the trailers were all about Liam Neeson is going to fight some wolves, and then he only sees them at the end?
Anytime I think of Liam Neeson, though, that just brought up. You remember they had that one with multiple cuts where he's jumping over the fence? I forget which movie.
It was one of the Taken movies.
I always think of Taken with him.
Yeah. They did. It was like 5 cuts showing him trying to jump over a fence. But but you're right. Yeah, I feel like they're doing it. It's like a last minute thing. AI is messing around with the screen again. I would say this is more of a war film with a shark.
Yeah. So, that's a good description. I was like, if I wanted to see a horror movie, I wouldn't be in that movie theater.
I mean, the thing is, like, we've been making World War II movies since World War II was happening.
Yeah.
World War II has basically now become an entire genre unto itself. I feel like hundreds of years from now, we're still going to be making World War II movies in the same way that, like, you know, Kurosawa was making samurai movies hundreds of years after that period. And, you know, what's going to happen then? How are people going to be, like, morphing things and changing things? Like, here, they have to emphasize the shark and whatever's happening there. It does look interesting, and I like the fact that there's, like, the Australian element gives it a little bit of an edge that I find interesting.
Puts a different spin on it.
Yeah, and they definitely like emphasize that with like his calling out and stuff.
I did like the call. That was memorable.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. All right, Beast of War. You know, if you're a horror fan or an action fan, it might be worth checking out. If you do, please leave a comment down below. And as always, please like and subscribe. Now, I don't want to say it after every trailer, but there's the plug. So let's go on to the next one.
David, Dad's died. Where are you?
My brother. Do you know where he is?
Leave it, Grace. Just cause you trouble.
I need your help.
Your brother left months ago.
This is the utopia.
Have you been there?
No. You don't come back.
Nothing's gonna happen to you as long as you're with me. Promise.
Mr. Green? Mr. Green? Mr. Green? Mr. Green! Hello? Please, is anyone there?
G'day.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Nothing's gonna happen to you.
Welcome home.
Okay, so that was The Banished, and honestly, I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of cool-looking shots, but as far as cohesiveness, I'm not too sure. Bob?
I think that this is a bit more cohesive in grabbing you than like the first trailer, the Shelby Oaks trailer. I feel like this one gives you like a very firm hook. One, she wants to find her brother. Two, her brother was scooped up by some sort of like, we hear the utopia and he's like out in the woods or something. So there's some kind of like Slender Man adjacent sort of like search for something. And now you get all these like creepy people in masks and cuts to like Dante illustrations and stuff. Like you can start to see the seams in like the genre conventions, but that's what everybody's doing. This is horror. Like, what do you expect? But I feel like I have a bit more of a read on this, and I find it's interesting. I think you can get a sense of the arc of what this movie is going to be. She goes out into the woods with this guy. She gets separated, and then there's all the creepy mask kids.
Creepy. That could be the title of it. Creepy mask kids. I actually like that better.
Yeah, these are all gimmicks. These are all like cliches at this point, but. That's fine. When like a horror convention has been around for a while, when a genre convention has been around for a while, you're going to get a little bit formulaic, but there's always going to be an audience for these things. And here, like I said, I have a better sense of what this is selling than Shelby Oaks was. I don't know which one is better. I just feel like this one is maybe better edited as a trailer.
I'll just say one thing, and then Tatiana, I'm curious to see what you're going to say. It's funny, I had a better read on the first trailer than this one. I knew what they were going at. I saw the imagery. I'm like, okay, there's some sort of lore. There's some sort of mystery. She has the brother. But I felt like the first part was another film, and then all of a sudden we went into the lore, and you have the people with the masks. So it's interesting that you saw more of the story in it. For me, it was a little confusing, but I did like the imagery. I thought the masks, anytime somebody's hiding their face, it's always kind of creepy.
Yeah.
It really says a lot, and it's just our fears, those internal fears that we have that we can't read somebody's face. So Tatiana, what do you think about this?
I wasn't super excited about it. Like, if my friends were going to see it, I would join them. But I think I agree. The first one for me had more of a hook. But there was more imagery in this one. Like, it was more grotesque and like a little bit more like culty kind of feeling, which I could see might have like its niche. Like you were saying, there's like a certain audience for that. So I would watch it and I would like talk about it here, but it wasn't like, I wasn't like drawn into it. Like I would like just go see it on my own. Like I think the first one I would just go see.
I do agree with that. The first one I would go see. I think that would be good. But yeah, I feel like with all of them though, eventually, like I think to your point, Bob, there is formula to it. I mean, it's very hard though to come up with something completely original that will just blow people's minds. But to your point, I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, like in terms of like concrete terms of what I can say here is that like I do think that we had a greater variety of locations in this one. Like we had like a little bit of her home, some urban settings at some point, forest with the tent, then deep into the woods and everything like that. We had more characters on screen here. That doesn't necessarily mean better or worse. That could just imply that the first film, Shelby Oaks, is more intimate and has a smaller cast of characters and everything. Here, it does seem like they're setting up a bigger world and a bigger lore that they're establishing. And maybe for me, that's just a little bit more interesting, or maybe I'm just a sucker for Gustave Doré illustrations.
Well, they were cool, and that is, I almost said Beast of War again. I don't know, that must be on my mind. Who knows?
Yeah, The Banished.
The Banished. I almost said The Blunder, but maybe that's more my subconscious talking. So The Banished, please check it out. See what you think of it. And we're getting close to the end. There's 2 more left.
Gigi, walk. Oh my god, I'm so done with this dog.
Oh my god, I love your dog.
Gigi, go potty now. It's exhausting being this hot.
Are you all worried about the tree out front?
I'm not worried.
Oh my god. You did say that you were going to trim it last year.
We can wait till tomorrow.
Good. Guys. Oh, there's something.
Outside.
Okay. Give me.
No, right now.
Right now. Wow.
Make sure it's okay!
Shoot! Just.
What was it?
Oh, just a sketchy little coyote. No big deal.
Get it.
Do you hear that sound? Sounds like somebody singing or dying. No, it's gone now.
Get it.
They can open doors.
Get it.
Not inside.
Is it bad?
No, don't look.
Why? Why don't you want me to look? Everybody in? Everybody okay?
Hey!
This is definitely a bad idea. They want your shelter, your food, your water, your sanity.
I just want to say,
We're all gonna live happily ever after.
I hope those aren't my last words.
You don't want to shoot the neighbor!
Fuck away!
Go! Get the fuck off my husband!
It's like in that movie. You know the one where all the birds attack everyone?
The birds.
No, that's not the one.
Okay, how big is the thing that kills the little dog at the beginning supposed to be?
Oh, I don't. It looks
I'm
like
guessing it's a wolf, right?
a coyote. I'm
Right,
guessing.
right. But I mean, like, right.
Yeah.
But like, we see like it's like dragging it like the leash up into the air. So I'm like, it made me think, okay, so this is going to be about a big monster or something, and now it's coyotes.
Well,
We don't know that.
Aha. Aha.
Maybe that's the twist.
Yeah, I mean that. Well, I mean that's the thing. This is selling that like that first instance is selling me on. Oh, okay, giant monster, small town. No, not small town. Like it's like California or something. But like you got a neighborhood setting, giant monster or something, and like all the people under attack, comedy sort of thing. And now I'm like, oh wait, it's just coyotes. This is a very like inside jokey Beverly Hills sort of thing of people who get, who see coyotes out there or something, I guess.
Well, Tatiana, because I think we're on the same
It seems
wavelength on this one.
The comedy part is like referencing other movies, right? Like it seems like very Legally Blonde at first.
Yes.
And then it just kind of like goes, I don't know, like what other, but I think there's probably more references in there. If we were to watch it, we
like
would like
the
start to
birds.
realize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like even the fact that like it's this like comedy set in this suburban setting. It feels very kind of like Gremlins-y, that sort of thing.
I could see that. And
Yeah.
I see it's a popcorn movie.
Yeah.
It's tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
It's horror comedy / gore. Gore for laughs, with the fingers and all that, the appendages flying off. When I was thinking coyote, though, I was thinking more supernatural. I don't think it's like the run-of-the-mill coyote that you'd find, in somebody's yard attacking a pet. I was thinking maybe it's a skinwalker or something like that.
You gotta be granted. When I first see coyote, and they have to be careful about this. If I see the word coyote, my mind is going to go to two places. It's going to go to the Roadrunner cartoons, and it's going to go to Coyote Ugly. And
interesting.
You got to cash in one or two of those things. I'm sure that this is going to be full of references and stuff like that.
I was thinking that too with the references because the title reminds me of Coyote Ugly. So I was wondering if that was going to be worked into it.
Especially when you're starting out with like the Legally Blonde type girl at the start.
Yeah.
Well, I see it also like you have Cocaine Bear or, a killer alligator. It goes back to that tradition of just naming the animal. I think a lot of times it comes up with like, we don't have a title for this.
Yeah.
Oh, let's just do Coyote. And sometimes just that one word title can get it attention. So I always feel like it's a marketing department coming up with those ploys.
It feels like it needed to be punched up a little bit. Either that or, for all we know, maybe they originally just wanted to be clever about it and call it Wiley, and then they got a cease and desist.
Well, guys, check it out. Coyote. Is it cultural appropriation, or is it trying to get something else? Who knows what it is? I know it's a popcorn film, though. I think we could all agree on that. Yeah. Please leave your comments down below on this one. Hey, I didn't see when it was going to be released. It might already be streaming. Yeah. A lot of these films don't end up in the theater, but if you see it,
I mean, it said Fantastic Fest, right? Or it said one of the fests.
Yes, it did say about Fest, so it might still be. So check it out. And we're on our last one, last but not least.
Oh, I think I know this one. Anemone.
All these years, the isolation. This is it. This is my life. See my share of lost souls, brother. Don't recognize me, do you?
No. Anemone, rated R. Only in theaters October 3rd.
Okay, this is one that, like, I've been going to the New York Film Festival for like the past couple of weeks. Granted, I've mostly just been concentrating on like the animation fair that they've had this year. They've had like Mamoru Oshii's Angel's Egg in a restoration. They have the new Mamoru Hosoda movie, Scarlet. This is one that I've seen like trailers for and stuff, and I knew was going to be in the festival pipeline. I knew better than to even bother to try and buy tickets for it because it's the first thing that Daniel Day-Lewis has done since, Phantom Thread?
Yes.
Yeah, and so, like, this is a big anticipated movie. We don't really get much in the way of, like, plot here. I think I saw another trailer that made it seem like it has something to do with the IRA and, like, past wars or something like that. I don't know exactly, though, so I can't really say for certain there. But, I mean, you've got two great actors, Daniel Day-Lewis and Sean Bean. That's going to be a big draw. Looks like a very interesting thing. And it looks like a much different type of movie than Daniel Day-Lewis has done in a lot of his other stuff. Granted, it's directed by his son.
His son, yeah.
And I don't know his other films, but it's, in a sense, it's refreshing to see Daniel Day-Lewis do something that isn't quite as traditional art house fare like, you know, his Scorsese or Paul Thomas Anderson movies.
Good point. Tatiana as being an actress, I mean, anytime you see Daniel Day-Lewis, there's a reason to get excited. I don't think he's ever had a bad performance. So what's your take on this?
I was intrigued. I think the lack of information made me want to see it. You know, like, I think this trailer was successful because they don't really, like, tell you much. They're just like, it's a cool movie and Daniel Day-Lewis is in it. And I'm like, okay, I'm sold.
He's amazing. I don't even know if this is a horror film. It might be more psychological darkness or horror.
I love those kinds of movies, though. So
I do, and they do, again, all these genres, they do overlap. It's not like you have usually a clear-cut one. It's like a dramedy, horror comedy, you know, paranormal, ghost stories. It's interesting that AI did pick this one as a horror. So maybe that's AI's fault because, you know, it's not perfect. But
it shows the limitations that, like, this gets, like, the vibes of spooky. Also, I think this is one that was cut for TV because it's a little shorter.
This one, and this is usually where, I mean, if you have a big actor, you don't want to give too much. So they'll do the quick cuts, the staccato, like, rhythm of it. Even if it's not horror, I would see it because
I mean, this is something I am definitely going to see at some point. It's just that, like, at the New York Film Festival, I usually seek out the stuff that, like, is a little smaller, that, you know, is not going to be bought up weeks in advance.
That's understandable.
This, like, forget about it. It's the people who have the $1,000 memberships who are going to see this movie, like, ahead of time and stuff. But
I'll probably be streaming this at home.
I'm not going to. I don't even think I go. Sometimes, if it's really important, I'll go to a movie theater. But you know, this is a streaming one.
I will say it would not surprise me. Like, you're thinking about, like, what genre this is. It would not surprise me if this is really just mostly a drama, and it wouldn't surprise me, like, we see, like, 3 names there, you know, Daniel Day-Lewis, Sean Bean, Samantha Morton. I don't know off the top of my head. It would not surprise me if it wouldn't surprise me if they were just the only 3 people in the movie, and this is really just a 3-hander.
I agree. It's probably one that you could adapt for the stage.
Yeah.
And those are the ones, you know what? I think the less is more when it sometimes comes to characters.
Yeah.
Especially when you have 3 strong actors.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're going
You
to a
don't
Daniel
need to.
Day-Lewis movie, that's what you want to see for the most part. You want to see Daniel Day-Lewis acting, doing whatever he wants in his performance, especially after a long period like this.
Yeah, you could literally put a chair and a light over that chair and have him, and you have a great play or a great film. I mean, anything else? Yeah.
No, I want to see it. That's it.
Yeah, it looks like a cool one, and check it out. I'm going to mess up the title, so Bob.
I believe it's Anemone. And
Anemone. All
it
right.
wouldn't surprise me if it does have something to do with like a wartime background and this is a play on words, enemy or something like that.
Wait, but isn't that a scene in Finding Nemo where
Yeah.
Dory is like, anemone, and then it's like, never mind.
No.
Yeah.
Hey,
No, I think
we
they're
love
making the
horror
same.
and animation. There's nothing wrong with that.
I think they're making the same. I think they're doing that for the same play on words. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so check that out, even if it's not horror. And I know our fans love horror. Check it out anyway. Daniel Day-Lewis, you can never lose with him. So I'd like to thank Bob Clark. Don't forget Autistic Mode. Get plug again, my friend.
Yeah. Access Film Festival, Framingham, Massachusetts, November 7th and 8th.
And my co-host, actress Tatiana Szpur.
See you in the theater October 24th for all of these movies, I guess, or October 3rd.
All these movies at the same time.
Yeah. And again, thank you for coming down to Rabbit Hole with us. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell for all new notifications.
Oh, wait a minute. We also have something that's going to be showing next week in the New Rochelle, like, art, you know, like...
Oh, yeah, the...
Yeah. Henry and I... And
Tatiana.
We all have a short animated film that's going to be playing at the Arts Fest Film Fest at the Pelham Picture House.
Oh,
and I just found out too. So
yeah, so look up, you know, New Rochelle Arts Fest Film Fest. I can't remember the date of that off the top of my head, but we do have Many a Merry Misstep is going to be showing at the fest.
And you know, even if you're not going to be at the fest, we do have it on
Don't tell them that.
Oh,
Then they won't come.
no, but you know what? Even if the film is
No. It is not online. There's only
It's
one
not
way to watch
free
it.
on YouTube. Don't watch it.
You have to go there. You have to walk. You have to go to the movie theater. You have to pay full ticket price and buy lots of concessions. Full ticket price
That's
for
right.
you, your family, your dog. No discounts. No discounts. So,
well, you got me there. Now I'm going to have to hide it on the website.
Yeah.
All right, guys, please like and subscribe. If you can come down to the film festival, check out our stuff. Hey, you ever want to fund one of our animations?
Yeah.
We're here. Leave a comment down below. Friends, thank you for coming down to Rabbit Hole with us.